The skies darkened as alien ships broke through Earth's atmosphere, their metallic surfaces gleaming in the light of the setting sun. The invaders had planned their attack meticulously. Earth's defenses, while impressive for the planet's technological level, were laughable compared to the sheer power and sophistication of the alien armada. The beings who called themselves the Clivax believed this would be yet another effortless conquest, another addition to their sprawling empire. Hovering above major cities, the Clivax unleashed a wave of drones to subdue the local populations. But something was wrong. The drones, designed to hover seamlessly in any environment, faltered and dropped like stones. Confusion rippled through the alien command as their instruments reported fluctuating gravitational fields. The sleek landing crafts dispatched to occupy strategic points met the same fate, smashing into the ground with catastrophic force. On board the mothership, Commander Drozik stared at the holographic projections, trying to make sense of the chaos. "What is happening?" he demanded, his voice sharp and commanding. His scientists scrambled to analyze the situation. Earth's gravitational field, they reported, seemed normal on the surface, but something about the alien technology was reacting unpredictably to it. Every time they adjusted their systems, the effects only worsened. Meanwhile, humans watched from the ground in awe. They had braced for war, for annihilation, but instead, they witnessed alien ships crumpling under their own weight, drones plummeting into city streets, and towering invaders collapsing as if their very existence defied Earth's pull. It turned out that Earth's gravity was not merely a constant force, but a subtle variable. Human evolution had naturally adapted to this environment, but the Clivax, with their lighter bodies and delicate biological structures, had made a fatal miscalculation. Their technology, optimized for different gravitational tolerances, could not withstand Earth's subtle gravitational shifts, causing their systems to overload and their soldiers to collapse under crushing forces. The invasion turned into a disaster within hours. Entire fleets, unable to stabilize their gravitational compensators, were pulled into the ground with devastating impact. Those who managed to land discovered that their advanced exosets malfunctioned, rendering them immobile. For all their superiority, the Clivax had become prisoners of Earth's gravity. On the ground, humanity rallied. Soldiers and civilians worked together to capture the grounded invaders. Scientists quickly analyzed their technology, devising ways to neutralize their weapons and ensure they couldn't adapt to the environment. It was humanity's greatest victory, not through brute force but through the sheer, immutable laws of nature. In the end, the Clivax retreated, abandoning their crippled forces and shattered ships. Earth, once seen as an easy target, was now a cautionary tale across the galaxy. The Clivax would never forget the planet that turned their greatest strength into their undoing. As the last of the alien ships disappeared into the night sky, humanity celebrated its survival and resilience. Earth's gravity had protected its people, reminding everyone that sometimes the simplest forces in the universe could bring even the mightiest empires to their knees. The remnants of the Clivax invasion force lay scattered across the planet, their once mighty ships reduced to wreckage embedded deep within the Earth's crust. Their arrogance had been their downfall, their failure to understand the very world they sought to conquer. What was once a symbol of galactic superiority was now a testament to human resilience and Earth's subtle but unyielding defenses. As scientists and engineers continued to examine the alien technology, fascinating discoveries emerged. The Clivax had underestimated not only Earth's gravity, but also the adaptability of its people. The ship's alloy structures, designed to function under lighter gravitational pulls, crumbled when exposed to Earth's conditions. Human researchers quickly began reverse engineering what they could salvage, repurposing components into experimental technology that combined alien ingenuity with human practicality. The survivors among the Clivax troops, now held in secure facilities, were surprisingly cooperative. Stripped of their technological superiority, they found themselves helpless in an environment that overwhelmed their bodies and minds. Some Clivax captives began to communicate, reluctantly admitting that their empire had overlooked Earth because of its remote location and perceived backwardness. Earth was never meant to be a real conquest, just another easy victory to expand the Clivax Empire's reach. But humanity wasn't interested in being anyone's afterthought. World leaders convened an emergency summit to discuss what the victory meant for Earth's future. Some argued for isolation, to maintain humanity's independence and avoid further entanglement with interstellar politics. Others saw an opportunity, a chance to prepare for the inevitability of future contact, peaceful or otherwise. Commander Drozik, the defeated leader of the invasion, was among the captured. Once proud and domineering, he now sat in a heavily guarded chamber, watching humanity with a mix of fascination and dread. When asked why the Clivax had underestimated humans, his answer was simple: "You were too ordinary to be a threat. We couldn't have imagined a planet itself would fight back." The phrase, "the planet fought back," became a rallying cry for humanity. Earth's unique environment had done what no advanced weapons system could. It had turned a galactic superpower into a humbled foe. But humans knew they couldn't rely on gravity alone. Efforts to unify the planet's resources and knowledge intensified. For the first time in history, nations worked together with an unprecedented sense of urgency and purpose. As the months passed, the wreckage of Clivax ships became a symbol of Earth's resilience. Cities rebuilt with recovered materials, and universities launched new fields of study centered on alien biology and technology. Earth's defensive capabilities began to evolve, no longer limited to planetary boundaries, but reaching toward the stars. Drozik and his surviving crew, now prisoners of war, were closely monitored but treated with an unexpected humanity. The Clivax commander, initially scornful of Earth's primitive ways, found himself bewildered by the compassion shown to him and his people. He had seen countless conquered species wiped out without a second thought, yet humans chose restraint. It was a choice he didn't understand, and one that unsettled him. One day, as Drozik observed the bustling activity of a human city from his containment cell, he muttered, "You'll regret this mercy when the galaxy returns to finish what we started." But his human overseer, a young diplomat named Sarah Kane, replied calmly, "Perhaps. But it's who we are. And that's why we'll endure." The Clivax left Earth battered, humiliated, and forever changed. Word of their defeat spread across the galaxy, reaching the ears of other empires and species. Earth, once an overlooked backwater, had become a symbol of resistance. To some, it was a curiosity, to others, a warning. And somewhere, far beyond the stars, forces began to stir. The Clivax would not be the last to test Earth, but humanity would be ready. The sky was no longer the limit. It was the battleground of tomorrow. The warnings sent by other species did little to temper the galactic shock. Reports of Earth's unusual victory reached the halls of power on distant worlds, sparking heated debates and growing paranoia. How could a single planet, so unremarkable in resources and technological advancement, resist and even humiliate the Clivax, a species with centuries of dominance? Whispers of Earth's gravity and unyielding environment traveled far and wide, but the broader galactic community remained skeptical. Surely, no planet could pose such a natural threat without help. Speculation grew that humans had secretly allied with a higher species or discovered an ancient weapon hidden deep within their soil. There was even a theory that Earth was a trap deliberately set by an unknown force to bait greedy empires. The true reason, however, was far simpler. Humans thrived where no one else dared. They adapted, endured, and fought not because they had no other choice, but because resilience was in their nature. In the months following the invasion, Earth's leadership extended cautious feelers into the wider galaxy. Peaceful overtures were met with suspicion, and in some cases, outright hostility. No one trusted the species that had managed to defy Clivax rule. Diplomats from Earth soon realized they were not seen as potential allies, but as dangerous upstarts, a wild card in an otherwise orderly galactic hierarchy. On one such diplomatic mission to the Federation of Nine Stars, Earth's ambassador, Lionel Reed, found himself facing an imposing council. The Federation had gathered representatives from multiple species, each older and more advanced than humanity. They had summoned him not for negotiations, but for an explanation. "Your gravity may have been a factor," said a reptilian envoy, her voice sharp and accusing. "But gravity does not organize resistance or forge alliances among fractured nations. What are you hiding?" Reed, calm and composed, gave a small smile. "Nothing. Humanity's survival is our greatest weapon." The council erupted in murmurs, dismissing his words as arrogant posturing. Yet one observer, an elderly historian from the Xyloran species, sat in silence, studying Reed intently. After the session ended, the Xyloran approached him privately. "You don't seem frightened," the historian observed. "Should I be?" Reed asked, his tone light but his eyes steely. "Most species that face the Federation's scrutiny crumble under the weight of it," the Xyloran replied. "But you're kind, you're different. The Federation doesn't understand you, and that terrifies them more than anything." Earth's leaders knew that they were walking a tightrope. Too much strength, and the galaxy might unite against them. Too much submission, and humanity would lose its independence. The careful balance became a defining trait of their early interstellar diplomacy. Meanwhile, scientists on Earth raced to reverse engineer the remnants of Clivax technology. The effort wasn't merely about advancement, it was about survival. Humanity needed to learn quickly, to adapt to a galaxy that saw them as both a mystery and a threat. Over time, the truth about Earth began to spread. It was not a trap, nor did it possess secret weapons or ancient allies. The planet itself was hostile, a crucible of high gravity, shifting climates, and relentless natural challenges. Its people were the product of that crucible, resilient, determined, and unpredictable. This truth unsettled the galactic powers more than any weapon could. For centuries, the galaxy had relied on stability, treaties, and predictable power dynamics. Humanity was none of those things. They weren't just survivors, they were game changers. 1 year after the failed invasion, a lone Clivax vessel returned to Earth's orbit under a flag of truce. Its captain, bearing the scars of their prior humiliation, sought an audience with Earth's leaders. "I did not come to threaten you," the captain said, his voice measured. "I came to understand how you won." The response, delivered by Sarah Kane, was simple. "We've been battling our own planet for millennia. You were just one more challenge." The captain left without another word, his expression a mix of respect and unease. Earth's message had been clear, not through aggression, but through unshakable resolve. Humanity was not to be trifled with, not because of their technology, but because of their spirit. As Earth's flag quietly rose among the stars, its people prepared for whatever came next. Their place in the galaxy was uncertain, but one thing was clear: humans were no longer overlooked. They were a force to be reckoned with, against any invader, under any circumstance, in any gravity. The Galactic Council, a coalition of the galaxy's most advanced civilizations, continued to grapple with the implications of Earth's unexpected victory over the Clivax. While most species adhered to the belief that advanced technology and diplomacy determined the hierarchy of power, the humans had rewritten the rules of conflict in a way that confounded even the most seasoned strategists. In the Council's chambers, debates raged on. Some demanded immediate sanctions against Earth, citing the humans' potential to destabilize the fragile peace that had held the galaxy together for centuries. Others argued for careful observation, unwilling to provoke the unpredictable species further. A few even proposed alliances, seeing the humans' tenacity as an asset rather than a threat. Meanwhile, on Earth, the atmosphere was a mix of cautious optimism and grim determination. The invasion had united humanity in a way that few events in history had managed. Nations poured resources into space exploration and defense, accelerating advancements in technology at an unprecedented pace. Scientists worked tirelessly to adapt salvaged Clivax technology, creating hybrid systems that blended human ingenuity with alien precision. But humanity's newfound unity didn't come without cost. The scars of the invasion, both physical and emotional, ran deep. Entire cities had been leveled, and millions mourned the loss of loved ones. Yet, amidst the grief, There was a collective resolve. Earth would never be caught unprepared again. In a remote research facility hidden beneath Antarctica's icy expanse, a team of Earth's brightest minds worked on a project that had the potential to change humanity's place in the galaxy forever. They called it Aegis, a planetary defense system designed to shield Earth from any future threats. Aegis combined the most advanced Earth-made weaponry with reverse-engineered Clivax technology, creating a defense network that could detect and neutralize enemy ships long before they reached orbit. As the system neared completion, Earth's leaders debated how to present their new capabilities to the galactic community. Some advocated for secrecy, fearing that revealing Aegis would provoke preemptive strikes from hostile species. Others believed transparency was the best path forward, demonstrating that humanity sought only to protect itself, not to conquer. In the end, they chose a middle path. At the next Galactic Council meeting, Earth's ambassador, Lionel Reed, addressed the assembly with a calm yet resolute demeanor. "Humanity has no desire for war," he began, his voice steady. "But we will not apologize for defending our home. We've learned from the mistakes of others. Complacency is the enemy of survival. To those who seek peace, we extend our hand in friendship. To those who seek conflict, know this: Earth is ready." The ambassador's words sent ripples through the council. Some saw them as a bold declaration of independence. Others viewed them as a veiled threat. Regardless of interpretation, one thing was clear: humanity would no longer be dismissed as a backwater species. Back on Earth, life began to stabilize. Cities were rebuilt, and the economy thrived as humanity turned its gaze outward. Colonization of nearby planets became a priority, with Mars and Europa serving as the first stepping stones to a larger human presence in the galaxy. These colonies were not only symbols of resilience, but also strategic assets, expanding Earth's influence and ensuring humanity's survival beyond the confines of its homeworld. But humanity's rise did not go unchallenged. In the shadows of the galaxy, alliances formed among species that viewed Earth as a threat. The Clivax, nursing their wounded pride, sought to reclaim their dominance. They began to forge uneasy pacts with former rivals, united by a common goal: to bring humanity to its knees. Earth's intelligence network, bolstered by its newfound technological prowess, intercepted whispers of these machinations. The knowledge only strengthened humanity's resolve. Rather than retreating into isolation, they doubled down on diplomacy, seeking allies among species that had been marginalized by the galactic powers. One such species was the Zalari, a nomadic people who had long been exploited for their labor and resources. When Earth reached out to them, offering not subjugation but partnership, the Zalari were hesitant. Years of betrayal had left them wary. But as they observed humanity's actions, offering aid to war-torn planets, sharing medical advancements, and standing firm against oppression, their skepticism began to wane. A tentative alliance formed, one based on mutual respect and shared goals. Together, Earth and the Zalari worked to build a coalition of species that valued cooperation over domination. This coalition, though small, represented a new way forward, a challenge to the old order of galactic politics. As the years passed, humanity's influence continued to grow. Earth became a symbol of defiance and hope, a reminder that even the smallest voices could rise to shape the stars. And while the road ahead was fraught with challenges, humanity faced it with the same unyielding spirit that had carried them through the darkest days of the invasion. For the galaxy, the arrival of humans marked the beginning of a new era, one defined not by the power of empires, but by the resilience of a single, unbreakable world.